at BYJU'S Exam Prep. Welcome everyone. A very good evening all of you. Welcome to this all important session that we've got for you. Today we are here to discuss some last minute tips for your exam day, for your the most important awaited exam, that is AILET. For NLU Delhi, if you are aiming for this exam, this session will definitely aid to your preparation and will increase your marks substantially. Yes, welcome Kushbu, Sharvari, Shakti. Welcome everyone. Good evening. Do share this video with all your friends so that everyone joins us real quick. Hi Tanya, everyone. Welcome. Good evening. Welcome. So yes, lots of things we are to discuss here. Today we will be talking about the comparative analysis of the CLAT. How did we go about CLAT? All the mistakes that we committed in CLAT. How can we learn from those mistakes and bring out our absolute best when it comes to AILET? So let's go. Let's start this session. All right. So, what all things we'll be discussing here in this session? Let's have a look. So, firstly, we'll talk about the examination structure, the structure of the exam. We'll talk about focus areas. What are the key focus areas of the exam? The do's and don'ts. We'll be discussing this in great detail, and we'll towards the end talk about some AILET day pointers too. So, very important. Do not miss this video at any cost and share this quickly with all your friends. All right. So let's begin with the AILET 2021 and the 2020 exam structure, the old pattern we are talking about. So when we're talking about the old pattern, there were, as we know, 5 sections, 150 questions there were, and negative marking was similar as it is right now. What has changed? Neither the time duration has changed. It is still 90 minutes that it was earlier. It's the same here again, 90 minutes. The difference is, you can see English is now of 50 questions. Earlier you can see English was 35, GK 35 earlier, and now it is in the new structure. General awareness is of 30 marks, and then 70 marks comprises of logical reasoning, right? So logical reasoning, when we talk about the same, there are lots of things that one has to keep in mind, including these. It can be, logical reasoning can be a section in which you'll have critical reasoning as well as analytical reasoning and legal reasoning as well. So if that comes in the exam, be prepared. If not, if it is just analytical reasoning, just the critical reasoning part, I am sure you are pretty much sorted any which ways. Also, do note that current affairs will also be legal current affairs, just like they were before the change of pattern as well. Welcome guys, welcome everyone. Hi. Hope all of you are preparing well for your AILET now and are done with your CLAT hangover. All right, so the exam will be an offline exam, so that means you will have to physically mark the OMRs real carefully. You should mark the answers in OMR sheet with only blue or ball point pen. We've discussed this in great detail earlier as well. It's very important. Let us see an example here. So for example, this is a question you want to mark. Let's say, okay, where is Taj Mahal located? If that's the question, Kolkata, Bhopal, Agra, Delhi, all of you know the answer is quite easy, very easy. Yes, it is Agra. So अब Agra mark करना है आपको, तो क्या करोगे? How will you mark it? You'll try to fill the entire block. Right, so if you do something of this sort, it will definitely register in the database. But if you just do merely this, let's say you've just done this much, this is completely unacceptable. It will be rejected for sure. This is the way you're supposed to answer. You can, if you want, make sure that it is completely circled, or as I did earlier, even that would work. So the idea is to fill all the empty space that is inside, right? Though it is not about merely filling the OMRs, you have to be really careful about it as to which question you are marking. If the question number is 7 and you're marking, let's say 8th, that is a big blunder lots of students often make. So make sure while you're marking which question is against which question, that needs to be seen real carefully. Right, so here we go. You can see here what are the correct methods and what are the incorrect methods. These are the wrong methods that are there, right? So just scaling it like this or completely doing this cross or tick mark, these are incorrect methods, right? What are the correct method? This is the correct method. This is how you're supposed to fill in your OMRs, right? So very clearly everyone knows this. Alright, sir, if CLAT results are out before AILET, there will be a lot of stress. So what to do? If the result is in our favor, just celebrate and give the AILET exam like last year. If the results are not so favorable, all the more reason to focus more on AILET, and then just leave CLAT aside because it's already done and dusted. Now our job is to focus on the next exam, because majority of the students will be down and not studying. That is the time where you can lift your spirits up and you can perform real better, right? Make sure that every situation that comes, you should take down that in your stride. All right, next, focus areas. What should be your focus areas? Where should you focus? Right, let's look at the same. Accuracy, real important. Number of questions, there are 150. Number of minutes, there are now there are 90 minutes here, right? Marks required approximately 90 plus, attempts required 108 plus, accuracy should be ideally around 85%. So just remember this, 90 minutes here. Lots of students do this mistake thinking that this is an exam where you'll get full quota of time. So be real careful about things. All right, so now 85% is the ideal accuracy now that we are reaching the exam time, right? So what are the things that we need to keep in mind? Number one, while we are attempting lots of questions, we tend to leave out all the easy questions thinking we will do it later, right? And let's do the tough ones first. That is a very bad approach. Don't fall into that trap. Make sure you are attempting the easy questions first and then you move on to the difficult ones. This is a way in which you can attempt more questions. So think on these lines. So how to increase my accuracy? My speed is fine, but I am not very accurate. In this case, see whether you are using flukes a lot. Are you someone who's just marking it randomly? And even if you're marking it randomly, there should be a process in it, right? What should be the process? Firstly, when you are marking the correct option, if you are 50% doubtful, always go for it, always attempt it. If you are confused between 3 options, try to refrain in your case, because your as Anya is saying, her accuracy is not that good. In this case, you should refrain from just merely going all all randomly. Anushka, will CLAT results come today? It can come today, it can come tomorrow. We are ready for any such thing. All right, don't worry. All right, so AILET exam strategy, very easy strategy we'll be sharing with all of you so that you can ace the exam very easily. The number one strategy, start with the general awareness section. Be done in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 30 questions. And we'll be done. 5 minutes, 30 questions, we are done. Just imagine. Move to logical reasoning after that. 70 questions there are here, right? 70 questions. You can dedicate even an hour to this, right? If not an hour, see, if it is your scoring subject, then this is the case. Don't give an hour, but we can give, let's say, 45 minutes to this. So in 50 minutes, we are done with 100 questions, right? And then the next set of questions, which are English verbal ability, the 50 questions that remain can be done in the remaining 40 minutes. So this is a strategy that can help you out when you are thinking on how much time to devote to each section. So just an idea I am giving you. Also, mark the answers in the OMR sheet for the questions attempted. Directly do that so that you end up saving a lot of time. If you just decide that I'll look at the paper and mark it towards the end, it will take you more than 10 minutes just to mark the OMRs, right? Every one of you have tried what works the best for you. Attempt the difficult questions and the difficult sections also, and mark in the OMR sheet, right? So the difficult questions has to be done towards the end. As we can see, this is the order: GK, logical reasoning, English, then make sure everything that you have attempted is marked, make sure, and then the difficult ones are to be done when you have time left. So make sure that you fulfill this at every cost. I am thinking of attempting English in a second, 30 minutes mein ho jayega. Okay, that's also fair, Violet. If you're good at English, if you think that reading, something is something that you can do in the first half of your preparation, do it. The idea is that in the 90 minutes that you get, 60 minutes, your brain is absolutely active, super duper active. It remembers everything that you have studied. It will help you, and in the last 30 odd minutes you'll feel your efficiency is a little lowered. So be calm and composed if that state comes. When you are not able to attempt questions which you have previously done, that can happen in the second half. So don't be too hard on yourself if this situation arises. Sir, I am scoring above 90 in my mock tests, but I get very anxious while giving the actual exam. Same happened to me when I was giving CLAT. What should I do? The CLAT, when you gave CLAT, it was an experience. The first time you were giving a competitive exam, that's okay. Now it is, AILET. The idea is, why do we give mocks? It's a live simulation of the exam that we are going to give. So you've already simulated it more than enough. You've already given CLAT. Now you are someone who has this experience with him, and now you can go and when you are giving the AILET exam, you are already experienced. You've given so many mocks, and treat this as a general mock and only. It is just a mock and only, right? The difference is that the creator is different. It's not your mentors, it is someone else, right? That is the only difference. English is weak. What can I do, beta? Just one day to go for the exam. We can't do anything overnight, but understand that if your English is weak, even then you can focus on the 2 sections, and then out of 50, if you even score 20, 25, you are pretty much sorted, because you can ace the other sections. So your job is to focus on these 2 sections, beta. Right? Done. Sir, I am planning to start English and then go through GK to lower the reading pressure. But I will recommend you to start with general awareness, because it will give you an advantage. But if you have done this, Gitanshi, in the mocks and it has worked for you, then might as well go with it, right? Every person is different. Every person has a different strategy, right? Alright, so let's go. Let's move to the next slide. So this is the exam strategy that I wanted to share with all of you. I hope it is clear. Now, the do's and don'ts come. 3 days to go for the exam. Number 1 thing is to rest and relax. Rest as much as possible. Relax as much as possible. Now, in 2 days, you can't do anything which is miraculously changing our results, right? We can't do any such thing. So don't worry about it. Just relax, rest as much as we can. That's all. Secondly, no mocks in the last 24 hours. Do remember this. The second tip, very important one, no mock tests are to be given at any cost. Just let's say 1 day to go, tomorrow is the exam and you're giving a mock today, right? It will do you no good. You've already done lots of mock tests. Now is the time to relax. Just relax, go through your notes. To relax, if you even need to go out and take a walk, you do that, but do not eat anything unhealthy. Do remember this. Third, revise only your notes, right? Don't go seeking any new source that you think will help you, right? Next, stop looking for any other material, as we discussed that we will study this and this will definitely come and all that. And lastly, make sure you stay healthy. Make sure you are healthy. Very important this is. right? Take care of yourself, have good food, light food, and rest as much as possible. You are afraid, you're saying, sir, dar lag raha hai. I'm afraid what to do. What are you afraid of? If not A, we will get B. If not B, we'll get C. If not C, we'll get D. Even if that is the case, if not in 2021, we'll get in 2022. If not in 22, 23, right? Think positively. You have to give your best, right? Whatever you have done, just believe in your preparation, give it. Give the same. Don't make the mistake of underperforming. If you know the answers to a particular question, the idea is to mark the same, right? If that gives you a college, well, good enough. If it does not, it's okay. It was you were meant for some other thing, right? Some other college would benefit from your presence. So think on these lines, and no need to take any such pressure. Yes, so guys, so many of you watching us live, and the number of likes are almost half. That should not be the case. Quickly hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe. Lots of amazing AILET content we've already uploaded for you. Do check it out as well. You have already done, Muskan. Well done. Yes, you've already done enough. Now is the time to revise, beta. Revise as much as you can. Yes, Dhruv, absolutely. Nothing there to lose, sir. Next. Have a strategy, to give the exam. Which section would you attempt the first? Which will be the second one? Which will be the third one? How will you go about things? Every person is different. Understand the same. Do not overwork in the last few days. Don't stress your mind. Do not think about your CLAT results. That is not in your hand. Focus on your exam. How to distract, right? Start studying again. Whatever the results are, you'll have to give AILET. Even if you get AIR 1, you'll have to give AILET. Why not, right? So do not overwork. Think on these lines that even if I get AIR 1, I will give AILET. Have this clarity in mind so that nothing can distract you from giving your exam. Do not pay any head to any rumors about the paper. Do not listen to anyone who's saying paper will be postponed. Why are you giving this? अगर CLAT में नहीं हुआ तो AILET में कैसे होगा? All these things, don't listen to them. Focus on what you are going to get, right? Think only about the positive aspects of what we are doing. Our hard work will definitely pay dividends, right? Next, stay away from any form of negativity. Any person spreading negativity has to be avoided at any cost. And getting up early in the morning is absolutely essential. I discussed this a few days back when we took the session. If you have started getting up early, then well done. If not, do the same immediately. Is there any kind of reservation for Delhi students? No. That's what happened with me during CLAT. I will get demotivated if I start with GK. But you know it or you don't. If you start with general awareness, if you find it tough, don't worry. I've shared this numerous times. You're not supposed to get full marks in general awareness until and unless it is absolutely super duper easy. Idea is to start with it to complete the section in 5 minutes, right? That is the idea. Only mark the ones that you know. Even if out of 30 you just know 20, that is good enough. Okay, move on. If you know 15, that's also okay. Do with it and go on. When you have time towards the end, you can come back to the section, and again, if you'd like to start eliminating options now, that is the time. So don't worry about scoring less in particular section. If a section is tough, you will be demotivated. Don't get any such feelings. When you are giving your exam, when you're attempting a section, if the section is relatively tough, relatively easy, should not have any reflection on your exam, right? You have to be in the positive frame of mind that the entire paper has questions which you know the answers of. That is what is the feeling that you should be having, right? So let's move on from here. All right, sir, minimum number, how much should we score for PWD category? Beta, do not think on these lines. Don't think that how much is the minimum marks. Your job is to think about how maximum you can score, right? So just try your best, give your best, and don't think about the minimum score. The minimum score, aim for the maximum score rather than the minimum. Sir, GK sections of BYJU'S last 6 months MCQ, or should we do more? Why not? You can do more as well. Tomorrow we'll be conducting a static GK revision session. Do attempt that as well. It will definitely benefit you immensely. Right? Okay. Chaliye. Good evening everyone. Welcome. Alright, so now AILET day pointers, the day of the exam. What are the things that one should keep in mind? Okay, so first get used to the exam timing 10 to 11:30. If you are someone who's sleeping during this time, biggest mistake that you can make, the biggest mistake any one of you can make is sleeping late hours, right? You don't have this luxury. The exam is just around the corner. You have to make sure that your brain is active during this time. So have a good night's sleep. Very important this is. Sleep early the previous day, right? Make sure you sleep early. Alright, so many students watching us live and the number of likes are very low. Guys, we have to take the number cross 100 before the session ends. Quickly, all of you hit the like button and the subscribe button as well. Sir, can I get up at 4 a.m. on the exam day to revise? I would advise to relax, but if that is something which keeps you calm, then do it. Otherwise, I will say rest as much as possible. Start reading when the exam comes, right? That's all. Because the idea is not to get tired before the exam, right? You go fresh. That is the aim. Sleep early, rise early by 6 a.m. so that you can reach the center on time as well. Reaching the center on time is also very important, right? Wake up early, reach the center on time. No last minute rush, that we can avoid. Might as well do the same. If we take, a margin of, let's say, 1 hour, we are always on a safer side. So make sure you reach the center well in advance, 1 hour before. Carry analog watch and not wrist watch. So this will also not work. The digital watch will also not work. Semi-digital will also not work. Or, the Apple watches, even they won't work. Any such thing will not be allowed, right? Just carry a normal analog watch. And if the examiner, if you have a wall clock in your room, well and good. If not, you can always ask the examiner about the time left, and the best thing is to carry the watch yourself. Carry a water bottle also with you, a transparent water bottle, and have a balanced breakfast, right? Eat something which is light, poha, or anything which is real light. Poha I say every time because it's something which I prefer when I give my exam. Make a checklist of the things that you need for the exam day. Cross check everything before you leave your house. Check twice, check thrice. Take a couple of extra pens with you just in case, and wear comfortable clothes. Very important this is. Lots of people do this mistake. They wear jeans and all sorts of uncomfortable clothing on the exam day, which is to be avoided. Wear something which is absolutely super duper comfortable, right? Your examination pants, wear those. Sir, talking watch allowed hai? Kaise allow hoegi dost? Obviously not. If I'm saying even this kind of a watch is not allowed, semi-digital, how can your watch be allowed? No. Just take your analog watch. Whom are you going to impress there sitting, right? The invigilator will not be impressed. Oh, teri ghadi to bolti hai. He will not be impressed. Don't worry. ठीक है, चलिए. Carry a water bottle with you, and that should be transparent, right? You have to make sure you are carrying a transparent water bottle. Use the restroom before the exam at all costs, right? Restroom, your washroom, just go before your exam. The idea is not to waste a single minute during the 90 minutes that we are there, right? Exam time, focus entirely on the exam. We do not have any time to go to the washroom or the restroom anytime later. Right, good evening everyone. Reach the exam center at least 1 hour before the exam, just like we discussed. 1 hour before the exam, absolutely important. Do not forget to carry your ID proofs with you. Aadhaar card should be there, admit card should be there. Don't forget them at any cost. Alright, next, do not panic at any cost and don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Even if the exam is a little difficult, let me remind you, in 2020, the cutoff was merely 71. In the year 2021, the cutoff was in excess of 100. So, we always have a chance when we talk about AILET. Don't worry at all. If your marks are not as much as you expected, they're not close to 100, your attempts are low, don't worry, it is the same with everyone, right? It will be the same with everyone. Just keep on attempting to the best of your ability. The idea is to attempt as many questions as possible to get the best possible results. All right. Now, some more points. Each year, students like you crack the exam. Students like Anu, Ajay, Swapnil, Akansha, Aditya, all of you are going to crack the exam for sure. Just trust on your abilities, trust on your preparation, and make sure whatever you have studied, it comes out there on the paper. If you studied a lot, but when the question comes, you are clueless. That should not be the case. How will you be clueless? If you did not have good sleep before, right? Prior night is very important. The last night to the exam is very important. If you have good sleep, you will remember everything. If you do not have good sleep, you will ruin your paper. So please don't make this mistake, right? Okay, next. Nothing can distract you. Nothing can distract you. Anything that comes your way, tackle it, right? No distraction right now. If your cousin is here, if a family member is getting married, right? Nothing, whatever comes your way, your job is to just focus on this exam for now. Just a couple of days to go. Focus on the same, and when we are done, we can do pretty much anything that we desire. Alright, so guys, with this I will wrap up today's class. Sir haven't attempted any mock in AILET and this is my first time. So what is a good number of attempt? Beta, attempt as much as possible, Kavya. Try to attempt 150, right? You haven't given a single mock and the pattern has changed. Understand this. 90 minutes, 150 question, you should have given a mock, right? So give one at least tonight. Try to give one. It is available on the BYJU'S exam prep platform. You can have a word with our counselors as well. They'll help you again. Analytical reasoning, there is a dedicated class on our YouTube channel. Beta, you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, it feels. Do check it out. It will definitely help you. Sir, SLAT के लिए हम AILET का CA रिवाइज कर सकते हैं क्या? अरे कुछ अलग थोड़ी है यार. करंट अफेयर्स तो करंट अफेयर्स है. It's the same for all the exams. Don't worry, yes, you can use your notes for all the exams, right? Don't throw away your notes thinking this is CLAT ka GK, this is AILET ka GK, this is SLAT ka GK, right? All the general awareness is the same. Don't worry about it. Alright, okay, so I think I have answered all your queries here. If you have any such other query that you would like to ask me, please feel free to reach out in the comments of the video. We'll be more than happy to answer each and every query of yours. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Yes, best wishes. Surely. My best wishes are definitely with you guys. I have no doubt in my mind that you guys will do real good. Sir, I am getting 83.75 in CLAT. And I am having an OBC quota. Which college will I get, sir? Can I expect GNLU? Let's wait for the result. It's just about a day to go, day or two, right? So don't worry about it, right? Chaliye. Alright, yes, thank you all of you. Okay, so this is it. We'll be meeting in another session tomorrow at 7 p.m. Make sure that you do attend the same. We'll meet again. Take care. Thank you. Good night. Sayonara. Happy studying. Bye-bye.